Hello. Yeah. Okay. Hello, all. If everyone would like to take their seats, we're going to start in a minute or two. If everyone could just grab a seat, we'd appreciate it. Thank you all for joining us for the annual meeting of the HKS Alumni Association. I'd like to welcome members of the HKS Alumni Board. Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon to those of you who are in person with us in Cambridge, and to those who are on the online live stream. Welcome from around the world where you are dialing in from. We are so thrilled to be able to present our second annual Harvard Kennedy School Alumni Association All Alumni Meeting. This is the first time we're getting to do it in a hybrid format, so we do have live attendees in addition to our hybrid online format. When we first launched this meeting last year, it was, of course, only virtual, but as today is the official kickoff of the in-person reunion for the Harvard Kennedy School, the first in-person HKS alumni event since the pandemic started, this is a very special milestone, so we're very happy to be able to share it with so many of you. My name is Jen Tutak. I am the current Harvard Kennedy School Alumni Board Chair, so I'll be the MC today, and it is my great honor and privilege to be here with a whole number of my fellow board members who you'll get introduced to over the course of our remarks. So just a little bit about what we'll be covering in about the next 45 minutes. We're going to just share a little bit about the Alumni Association and about the alumni efforts around the world that hopefully you've heard of, but if not, can learn about and be able to get involved with. We'll also talk a little bit about who's on the board elections we just had. We're going to do a year in review for what our board was able to accomplish for the alumni body and alumni efforts that took place. And then we'll be welcoming our newly elected board chair, and she'll be able to share what's going to be coming up in 2022-2023. We'll also be able to have an open dialogue for some engagement. So for those who are in person, if there's any questions that you have or any comments that you want to make, we do want this to be interactive. So we've got the microphones set up in the room, and you can be thinking about that during the presentation. Or if you just want to say hi, this will be very casual, so we want to know who's out there. And then at the very end, we are going to conclude with the moment everyone's been waiting for, the release of the 2022 Harvard Kennedy School Alumni Awards. So we will have a video presentation, and several of those award winners are in person, so we'll be able to recognize them with Dean Elmendorf. Okay, does that sound good? Are we ready to go? Are you so excited to be back in the Harvard Kennedy School? Woo! Awesome. Yes. That's how I feel too. I will always say that I think the Harvard Kennedy School is the best meeting place in the world. And to have the opportunity to finally meet people here again is something that I know I've been waiting for a long time, and I'm sure all of you have been as well. So without further ado, I'm so thrilled to pass the microphone to my fellow board colleague, Charles Carithers. He is celebrating his the reunion as well as the class of 2007. He's got 15 years, and he is newly elected back on the board, so he's going to be continuing to serve. So Charles, if you want to take it away.
Thank you, Jen. One of the jewels of the Kennedy School, it's our rich alumni, right? And it's such a pride and joy to come back to the Kennedy School and to see updates to the facilities. I'm a little bit jealous, but in a good way, because you always, as my fellow board member Marvin Benton said, you always want progress, right? So what's amazing about the Harvard Kennedy School Alumni Association, first and foremost, is upon graduation, you are automatically enrolled. There's nothing more you have to do. So you're automatically a member of our Rich Alumni Association, which includes regional networks, special interest groups, You'll hear from like an annual, we'll get an annual meeting report. And what's really, really amazing about our alumni here is that we're truly international. We're truly, spread throughout the globe. Over 90,000 alumni worldwide, representing over 200 countries. Some of our largest networks in the United States are the DC, which I currently serve as president of the Kennedy School DC Alumni Council, Boston, New York, San Francisco, LA. And then further on down, you see that we have our largest international populations. What's really, really, really amazing about our alumni board and our alumni relations office is that if you're from a locale that's not listed, we could help you create a more robust presence in a particular region or country. We all want to see our alumni thrive and flourish, but more importantly, reconnect, because as everyone knows, that we are the architects to the changes that we want to make, and that's one of the pure essences of the Kennedy School, is giving back. It's public service, is making the world a little bit better for the next generation. So with that being said, I'm going to pass the microphone to my colleague and fellow board member, Teresa Acuna.
Hi, everyone. Can I just tell you how surreal it is to be back here? I don't think I've been on this stage since I did my mid-career intros. I'm a proud alum of mid-career class 2017. Shout out, see some of my classmates over there. But I want to share a little bit more about our alumni board. And it's supported by our fearless Karen, and Kristen. And we have various people that serve in various capacities on the board, starting with our representatives on the let me first talk about the ARO. Sorry, didn't mean to gloss over that. The ARO building office is focused on engaging the alumni community. Many of you have probably been connected through their newsletter or gotten some type of communication from them. And they aim to strengthen the alumni engagement with one another and the school, and to extend and enhance ARO's programs and communications, as well as advise the dean on the alumni perspective. And I just want to take a note about that and really talk about how sincerely the dean listens to our input. And so if there's ever something that you want to raise as an alum, please see the alumni board as conduits to that communication, because I know that the dean really, really values that. We are a board of 20 elected and appointed voting members, plus 2 representatives to the HAA board. They are a community of the broader Harvard campus, and they keep us plugged in on broader Harvard opportunities and news. Also want to note that we just wrapped up elections. Thank you so much for those that voted. So we'll have 8 new board members, and they'll be serving for about 2 years, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. And we meet twice in person, as well as hold various meetings throughout the year. And we're also charged with developing an annual plan of action and annual reports of accomplishments, and overseeing the Alumni Awards process. So thank you. Jen, over to you.
Oh. Thanks so much, Teresa. So we just want to quickly get to show you who is on the board. So you've met 3 of us so far. Jen Tujak again, 2012. So I've got my 10-year, Teresa's 5-year, Charles is representing with the 15-year class. And since we have some of the other board members in attendance, I'm going to put you all on the spot and have you be recognized. So Angelo, will you please say a quick hello and where you're coming in from?
Hi everyone, my name is Angelo Calao. I'm from the Philippines and I'm part of MPID class of 2019.
Awesome. Thanks, Angelo. Brooke, everybody.
Hi everyone, Brooke Suter, mid-career class of 2017. Hello.
And Marvin, who just finished up being president of the Black Alumni Association for HKS, in addition to being on this board.
Thank you very much, Jen. Mid-career, 1988, and I'm from Texas, Dallas-Fort Worth. Thank you.
Now we're going to introduce Michael. Not only is he on the board, but he's the IT director for HKS. So we hugely appreciate Michael.
Hi, everyone. Michael Humphreys. I'm mid-career 2011, and I had the shortest trip here. My office is 150 yards away.
Thanks, Michael. And Krina, we'll let you have a quick hello, too.
Hi, I am Corina Santangelo. I'm from Argentina, but I live in Mexico, and I'm an MPA 99.
Okay. Did I miss any of our current board members who are here in the audience? We've got some others who are coming back. They're in transit right now, but this is the group. You can see them up on the screen. And again, this is an all volunteer commitment, part-time, and we haven't seen each other in 2 years because of the COVID. In fact, more than 2 years. So for those who were able to make the trip this weekend, it's a reunion for us too. Teresa mentioned the Harvard Alumni Association reps, so Jakob and Wendy in France and DC, respectively. So we appreciate them going to the larger HAA body of 300 alumni representing all of the graduate schools and the college. Using them as liaisons, they're able to funnel back opportunities and information so we can plug into the larger body. And then these are the newly elected members. And again, look at that handsome guy, right? The first one. Glad Charles is going to be back here for 4 more years of service to the alumni community. So Teresa mentioned we'll be rounding out with 4 more appointed members. So you will be hearing from them as well as the continuing board members in the upcoming time. Before we talk about that year, though, again, shout out to the alumni relations team. These 4 women, Karen, Rachel, Kristen, and Brianna, you're going to see them all weekend long if you're here in Cambridge for the reunion. They give heart and soul 52 weeks a year so that we, the HKS alumni, can stay connected to each other and the school around this tiny little planet that we call Earth. They do such an amazing job. They went above and beyond during the pandemic, working under one challenge after another. But if you see any of the 4 of them, please seek them out. Please, at a minimum, give them a social distance fist bump for all that they do for us. We love you, and we could not do our work of the board without them. They are very, very close partners, and so it's a great pleasure to get to connect with them, in addition to all the programming that they do themselves for the alumni body. So the group of us decided a year ago at the beginning of the board year that these were going to be our 3 priority areas. We really wanted the opportunity to celebrate alumni, not even just through the awards program, but really year-round, getting to profile stories of the great work that all of you are doing globally. We really wanted to be able to continue engagement opportunities through programming that we source and also that we know is going on around Harvard so that we could at least promote and make sure that there's channels to convey other opportunities. And then finally, we recognize that although it's a relatively very short time period that we get to be students, it's a lifetime journey to get to be an alum. And the very best parts of being at this school is the people. And thank goodness that is the part that goes with you. So we want to have a journey for being new alumni to seasoned alumni to coming on in leadership roles as alumni. So we really wanted to be able to promote that. So in this slide, we've got kind of the recap of all the things that we were able to accomplish as a team working in service to our alumni family. And I'll just go ahead and kind of call out a few highlights here under these different categories. We were all on various committees. A lot of the work of the board is done in smaller group meetings so that people are able to flexibly connect. And then we have 2 big board meetings in May and November when we get some of the more administrative business done. So at the top, we do our board and Harvard Kennedy School Alumni Association governance. So by doing that, we were able to plan this meeting. We were able to do our elections and appointment process. We were able to determine our priorities. We actually got to affirm the creation of a brand new caucus. The HKS Pride Caucus is now an official group, so shout out to them. Yeah, let's have you say hello. Thank you for coming.
Thanks, you guys, so much. We really appreciate the opportunity to be part of the Kennedy School community. David, would you like to say anything? No.
David Grasso, MPP 2009, Los Angeles, California.
Lul Goshu, MPP 2009, but I graduated in 2014. And I'm from Seattle, but I live in Boston.
Woo, thanks for everything you're doing. And then the last bullet up there is, again, building the relationship with the Alumni Relations Office. The One Harvard engagement, that's where we get to connect with the Harvard Alumni Association. And again, a lot of outreach with the various caucuses and other broader Harvard special interest groups and broader networks. This is especially important where we may not have a local or regional Harvard Kennedy School Club. Like in Ireland, there's a broader Harvard Ireland Club, and then we can kind of connect with them for our alumni and efforts that are happening in Ireland. So just as one example. The Alumni Awards, going to the middle of the slide, we're going to get to present those, so you will see the results of that committee, but that's always a lot of fun to get the nominations in and be able to recognize our alumni. This is for alumni, by alumni, so we're definitely going to save time at the end of this meeting to be able to celebrate that, as well as we were able to find other stories and alumni to highlight and share in the HKS Connect publications throughout the year. The Diversity and Enrollment Committee, we were able to create that as a new committee this year, and in order to continue not only the work of diversity, inclusion, belonging within our own HKF efforts, but also to liaise with broader efforts that were happening globally with the networks and other Harvard clubs. And there was also a group event that was organized. Charles was the chair of that committee. So Charles, do you want to say anything about that?
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it, Jen. So we thought it would be an amazing idea to hear from fellow Kennedy School graduates on how to maximize your career using DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, the importance of diversity, equity, inclusion on the workforce, on your career, and how it actually impacts society. And we had an amazing showing. It was a virtual event. We had an amazing showing, and we were able to kind of highlight how diversity, equity, inclusion has made an impact on each and individual professionally, but not only as an individual, as a company, as an organization.
Awesome. Thank you so much for leading that, Charles. And then finally up there, we really felt that it would be important to have our student relationships because we describe students as just our youngest alumni. And before we know it, we're going to be engaging with them on the other side of their HKS diploma. So we did officially write into our bylaws that we would have 2 Harvard Kennedy School student government liaisons so we could have a strong connection path back to the current student body. And we also had a mentorship initiative that we continued. The mentorship was started last year when the pandemic happened. We reached out to the students to find out what could we as an alumni body do to support them. And they had said it would be meaningful to kind of get that engagement while they were all separated. And so it was so successful, we continued it this year. So we were very excited about what we were able to focus on and what would be meaningful and actionable for the community. And we are very much looking forward to what we can do as we kick off the next board year. So with that, I am very proud to introduce again Karina Santangelo. She was the vice chair of the executive committee for the board the past 2 years. And so we are very, very thrilled that she has now been elected chair for 2022-2023. So to say a few words about what is coming up for the board, would love to give her the microphone. Karina?
Thanks, Jen. I'm going to be very brief, but before starting to talk about what we want to do, I'd like to give you a big shout out to Jen Tutak. She's been the chair of the board for 2 years, and she's been the most wonderful, gracious, active, and committed person I've met. So, Jen, thank you very much. It's going to be hard to fill in your shoes, Thank you very much. So, as Jen mentioned, we started working with diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. That is something that was long overdue. So we are focused on keep our work in that area, not only for alumni, but also working closely with the school, with the admissions office, and also with the students. That's something that we have started working on with the pandemic. we found out that students were having quite a hard time during those years, like being alone at home and, you know, just far away from the school, not being able to be here and connecting with people from around the world. So we decided to put together this initiative, you know, just for them to connect with alumni, to talk, because during those sad days, people needed to talk and to connect. So we are really looking forward to keep working with the student body. And also, something that brings us a lot of joy is just going through the profile of the candidates to the awards. So I sit on that committee 1 year, and I was amazed by all the wonderful things that you guys do around the world. This year, Michael was the chair of that committee, and we are really happy that we got like these wonderful, wonderful people getting the awards. So we're really looking forward next year, awardees, and the process, which brings us joy and makes us very proud of the people from the Kennedy School. So that's that, and I'm Jen, back to you again.
So hopefully, if there's one thing that you're taking out of today's annual Alumni Association meeting, it is how passionate and how much fun we have getting to be involved with the school. And so it might be that in the future, you may even want to kind of join us on this board, or even engage in opportunities that are a little bit closer to home. So we do want to give a shout out to those, and in case you haven't heard of these, make sure that everyone takes this information away for how to stay engaged with the school. There's a whole plethora of activity and communications and the alumni magazine that happens year round, but in terms of the alumni getting to have leadership and involve and work actively to connect with each other, these are some really great channels to do so. So the first one just to mention is our regional connections. As you can see up on the map on the screen, this is where we have official Harvard Kennedy School networks. So we have the New England Association right here in Boston. We've got San Francisco. We have Washington, D.C. We don't have the whole map covered, so if there's somewhere that you are and there's a critical mass of Harvard Kennedy School alumni who are seeking to formally gather, let us know. But as we mentioned before, with the hundreds of thousands of Harvard alumni around the world, there's also a few more Harvard official connections, and so we do try and reach out to them as well if we don't have enough of a HKS presence to get our own network. We also have the shared interest groups, and again, having the new Pride Caucus here is a great way to showcase how, if there's interest in a theme or with a collected shared group, how it's wonderful to be able to convene them. So the adaptive leadership, which kind of came from the inspiration of Ron Heifetz's class. We mentioned that Marvin Benton has been the president of the Black Alumni Association. Emerging technology, Pride, the state and local government. We've got the Women's Network, and then the Women in Defense, Diplomacy, and Development. So all of these special interest groups are open for business. They would be excited to engage with you. If you're interested in getting involved, please let us know, and we'll make sure to make a connection if you don't already have that contact information. So again, by connecting, by volunteering, and by giving back, these are our ways that we look forward to continuing to have just a strong alumni presence and a strong reach back to the Harvard Kennedy School where it all began. We all know, ask what you can do. That continues once we graduate, it continues into our work, and certainly hopefully in our personal lives and in our personal connections, and again, that lifelong journey of being in the alumni family of this school. So before we jump to the Alumni Awards, want to real quick make sure that we've got the 2 microphones here. Is anybody wanting to jump up and get your moment to shine in the forum? Ask any questions or share any comments? It's just like being back in school. It's like riding the bicycle. You never forget when you've got that forum speaker up here. So we'll give you a second to think about this. How about this? Let's hear from you. Let's find out who in the room, who's here for their 5-year reunion. Woo! Let's have some applause. Anybody here for their 10-year reunion? Couple of us? The 15-year class? Yeah. Can I have the 20 years? Where are you all at? Woo! 25-year reunion. Woo. Do we have the 30-year class? Yes! Oh, way to rally. 30, do we have a 35th class? 35-year? Yeah, all right! What do we go up to? Do we have 40? Anybody here for their 40th anniversary? Anything more than 35 years? What year? Woo! What year? What's your reunion year? 50 years! Woo! Ah! That is awesome. 5 decades of public service right up there. Welcome home. Thank you so much for making the trip. Oh, do we have others? Who else is here? Who did I miss? 50 years as well? 45! Who else have we got? Yes, what year? 45 as well. I love it. This is awesome. I hope that we will all be so lucky. So yes, please, whatever year it is, keep track. So we will keep showing up. We'll do one more of these before we introduce the dean. Who is here from the MPA ID class? Woo, the international from the Philippines. Awesome, a couple of you. How about from the MPA 2 program? Woo! Yes, and me as well. I am MPA 2. Do we have any PhDs who are here? Any PhD alumni? We do. Thank you. What about mid-careers? Yes! Way to go. Love it. And the Master of Public Policy. Woo! MPP in the house? Awesome. Okay, one more. Who is here internationally? Woo! Awesome! Who's here from Boston? Yes! And who traveled in from the rest of the continental United States? Woo! This is a very diverse group. This is awesome. So love again that everybody is here. And they have the flags up. They're going to have the flags up for graduation. The first in-person graduation will be happening next week, Thursday, May 26th. And then the classes of 2020, 2021, they've been our alumni for 1 and 2 years respectively now, but they're going to get that makeup special graduation. So it's going to be a fun few weeks around the Kennedy School. All right, so we promised you something very special, and that is a chance to be the first to learn of who are the 2022 recipients of the annual Alumni Awards. So Michael Humphreys ran such a expansive, comprehensive process. We received nominations. These were not self-nominations. Mostly they were nominations by peers, by faculty, by staff. And so they made our job very hard, but under Michael's leadership, we were able to determine the winners today. So we are going to start off with a presentation video, and then we're going to bring up Dean Elmendorf, who is going to be able to recognize these winners, and then we will be able to adjourn. So after we've had a chance to recognize them. So are you ready to learn who are the 2022 HKS Alumni Award attendees? Thank you. All right, here we go.
Each year, Harvard Kennedy School honors alumni and One Alumni Network for outstanding contributions to society, to the school, and to each other. Congratulations to our 2022 Alumni Award recipients. This year's honorees come from many sectors, including activism, technology and equity, humanitarian aid, education, and social policy. While their experience is diverse, they are united in their desire to improve people's lives. The Alumni Public Service Award goes to Marina Legree, MC MPA 2014. As the founder of Ascend, an NGO which uses mountaineering and athletics to empower young women with self-confidence and leadership skills, Legree plays a crucial role in the lives of women in Afghanistan. Last year, when Afghanistan fell to the Taliban, Legree led the effort to evacuate 135 people who made safe passage to 7 countries. The Emerging Global Leader Award goes to Maria Soledad Rueda Garcia, MC MPA 2019. Rueda consistently serves in frontline humanitarian missions in extreme conflict zones, including Somalia, South Sudan, Myanmar, Liberia, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. On a recent mission in the Tigray region of Ethiopia, Rueda led the International Committee of the Red Cross's efforts to keep many people safe by bringing an international presence and ensuring the operation was executed in the midst of armed conflict. The Julius E. Babbitt Memorial Volunteer Award goes to Bob Manson, MPA 2004. Manson is committed to building relationships and engaging with HKS alumni and the school. Manson has served as president of the Harvard Club of Ireland, as a Harvard Alumni Association Regional Director for Europe, and was recently elected to the Executive Committee of the HAA as a member at large. The Alumni Network Engagement Award goes to the Harvard Kennedy School Women's Network. The network reached nearly 3,000 alumni through more than 12 events last year. Its success relies on its growing footprint around the globe and now celebrates 50 city chapters with a mission to connect, support, and amplify the efforts of HKS women and gender nonconforming individuals in authentic, meaningful, and powerful ways. The HKS Fund Outstanding Alumni Award goes to Amalita Armit, MC MPA 1979, and Amisu Samari, MPP 2012. Through their giving, Armit and Samari are helping the Kennedy School to improve public policy and leadership so people can live in societies that are more safe, free, just, and sustainably prosperous. They have experienced this mission firsthand, and by giving back, they create change for the next class of public leaders. The Digital Innovation Award goes to Villis Dar, MC MPA 2016. Dar is a tireless advocate for the development and application of technologies and policies that transform social and economic opportunities to create equity. As president of the Patrick J. McGovern Foundation, he helps to advance artificial intelligence and data solutions to create a thriving, equitable, and sustainable future for all. Congratulations to the 2022 Alumni Award recipients.
How awesome is that? Like, this is our family. This is who we get to be in classes with and be alumni and colleagues and friends for life with. So without further ado, to bring up these wonderful members of our community to the stage, would love to have Dean Doug Elmendorf join us for the first time in person since before the pandemic.
Hello, everyone. It's great to see you all here. It's great to have people back filling the space of the Kennedy School. And I'm just so delighted that today we can honor these award winners. I think we have certificates and maybe some pictures get taken if people can come up. So how do you want to?
Just gonna announce.
Okay.
I'll grab the mic and I'll let you welcome everyone. So, okay. So I'll go ahead and I will announce the winners, and with each one as they come up to shake hands with Dean Elmendorf and be presented with their certificate, we'll have you all applaud them. So everyone is engaged in this process. And when we applaud these recipients who are able to join us in person, this is where if you have a small child with you, you can throw them in the air. We are going to celebrate everyone and scream and shout and go crazy. So very happy from the video. If we could recognize our Distinguished Public Service Award winner for 2022 from the Mid-Career 2014 class, Marina Legree. Our next Distinguished Award winner for the Emerging Global Leader, all the way from the Mid-Career Class of 2019, please welcome to the stage, Maria Soledad. And although he's not able to be here in person today, being from Ireland, and he was just here for the Harvard Alumni Association meeting, let's hear it for our Julius Babbitt Award winner from the mid-career or the MPA class of 2004, Bob Manson. So for our Network Engagement Award winner, if we could have the representatives of the HKS Women's Network join us. Thank you so much. And then our next award recipient, also not able to be here today, but he met his wife through the Kennedy School, so I'd say he's already a very big winner in multiple respects. But receiving the Digital Innovation Award from the mid-career class of 2016, let's hear it for Vilas Dar. And then also not able to be here today, but for the HKS Fund, the mid-career class of 1979, if we could have a huge round of applause for Amelita Armit. And to conclude our recognition of our award recipients, if we could have also the HKS Fund winner from the MPP class of 2012, so celebrating 10-year reunion, Hamasu Samari. All right. So this concludes our first in-person Harvard Kennedy School Alumni Association meeting. We are so glad that all of you could join us for this part of history. You are OG now. You're the originals. So please, please, please stay in touch with us this year. Hope to see all of you back here next year. Even if it's not your reunion, you're invited, or you can live stream. Please take good care of yourselves and each other, and if it is your reunion, we look forward to engaging with you all weekend long. So thank you for what you do in the world and as a member of our family. Look forward to seeing you all this weekend. Take care, everybody.
All four of you.